guys, and welcome to today's video. We are going to be playing Sirius and showing how absurdly insane he is in Brawl Arena. The only one thing that makes him absolutely insane, that he gets really hardly nerfed if you don't have it, is the star power that increases his shadow charge rate. Also, the way to play this is to get as many shadows as you can of really tanky brawlers, because Sirius, what he lacks the most is his health. In this game, it will be Daryl and Fang that we will try to be getting the shadows for. One thing that I will recommend is don't just clump all your shadows up in one place until the end of the game. A lot of people do that, and that is a really hard nerf to Sirius. And also, don't spend your whole time trying to take down the turrets. Just get as many levels up as you can, because that will secure your victory. Because I don't know if you guys know, but Sirius's shadows also get improved by whatever level he is. So that means the higher level, the better with his shadows. We got towers, nice. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we might be able to get this game in less than a minute to completely take their towers. And this is really powerful with the levels. Look what I'm talking about. I'm already level 12, where everybody else is under level 3 on their team, and my team, the other highest, is level 6. Because if you just keep going for brawlers and killing them, you will level up really fast, and that is really good. Here, second game, the most worrying part for me is the Kenji, because he can heal when he hits, and he also heals off your shadows. I am also a little worried about the Sirius, even though he's under-leveled, but I don't think he knows the strategy, so that's good. As you notice, I am not going for the Meg as much, because I think Meg is sometimes a little overrated in my opinion, and because I also am going to get shadows of her weak form, and that doesn't do anything. As you might tell when I'm fighting people, I always try to hide behind my shadows, because my shadows are pretty tanky. Another thing that I'm going to say about Sirius is, if you just click his super once, all your brawlers' shadows will go freestyle mode and go wherever they want, like a bot, and come fight the closest enemy, and that is really good. I also suggest that when you are trying to take towers, just shooting 2 or 3 shadows onto the tower at a time. That is really good. The biggest downside in this game is that there are no tanks, because when there are tanks, Sirius is absolutely insane. But this game is also going to be pretty easy. I think that if I get a game with some good tanks, I might be able to show you what I mean a little more. 15%, 10, 5. Okay, nice, game over. This is our third game. I will be able to show you guys what I said last game, because there is a Frank and a Spike, and if possible, it's really good to get your Frank shadows to take the burden or the damage from the turret, and let your Spike shadows get the damage in. these Frank shadows should be able to take care of that and get a decent amount of damage on the thing. As you can tell, I am not really going for the towers, but more going for kills, because I think the best way to win with Sirius is just to level up as much as possible. Use your over-the-wall attack to finish people, and use your under attack to get the shadows. If you can hit both, that's the best. And we're already down to like 30% on their towers because we have been farming attacks on the Frank and Spike and just sending them at the tower like 2 at a time. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The biggest mistake that most people do is clumping all their shadows and waiting till the end. Don't do that. It is like just losing the game immediately. If you follow these tips, it should be a pretty easy way to get to Prestige 1 and maybe even Prestige 2 with Sirius. Also, another mistake a lot of Sirius players do. They go for the bigger robots. Don't go for robots. Only go for enemies if you really want to win this game. Also, the level advantage is going to be your biggest friend because your shadows also share the level advantage. Try to farm shadows for tanks and the brawlers who do quite a lot of damage. Like, in this case, the Spike, because if I send the Spike inside the thing, the Spike does quite a lot of damage. Here, sending 2 Spikes and a Frank. As you can see, the Frank has 15,000 health and the Spikes have 10, which is one of the most powerful things in this game. Last game, I didn't quite get the max level thing advantage that I could, but it worked out. This game, I am pretty worried about because the Gigi completely counters me, but there are 2 tanks, and if I get the shadow of the GG, I can do quite a lot of damage. Another tip is when trying to check a bush, send your shadows in, because if they pass somebody, they will attack that somebody. Here, just getting quite a lot of damage onto their towers, down to 30%. But I am getting a little off track. I should be going more for people. Gigi kind of missed the chance that she had. And now we'll quickly take this maybe. 18%, 15, 10. Okay. Now, if Gigi supers me, I am dead. So, can't have that happen. Try to get a few more shadows here. After she heals up, she's going to super me, and there's not that much I can do, except for save some shadows, which I kind of forgot. Yeah, she supers me, and she completely kills me, because she is absolutely insane. I have not really been playing how I normally would because of the GG in the bush, and that might change the outcome of this game quite a lot. We can get this tower pretty easily and they'll get ours, but none of their brawlers outrange the main thing, so we're dead. None of their brawlers outrange the main tower, so we can get some damage on and have an advantage there. They do currently have the level advantage, but with Sirius, if you're behind, you have a better chance at catching up because of your shadows. Sadly, they got the Kaiju. I think we'll just kill the Primo here. Don't know what he's doing. Let our shadows take away the bots, and then try to get a kill on the Gigi. She might try and super me, which I'll try to play a shadow. Not good enough. That's unfortunate. Here, I'm back, And I'm just going to try to get a few Frank shadows while I'm at it and then kind of base rush them. I am low, but I think if I just send the Frank shadows onto the tower, I might get like 50%. And the Gigi will want to help, but she won't be able to because of how low she is. Primo jumping me is a pretty stupid idea because he doesn't have hyper, so I'm just going to bounce away and then play a shadow, so he won't do anything. Gigi killed me again. That's a little sad, but I think we might get the Kaiju this time. There is somebody hiding in the bush back there, though. Like I said, Primo supering me is not a smart idea because I get free shadows from it. Sadly, they got the Kaiju again, but I did get a kill on the Gigi. They're at 51%. Let me just send my shadows in. The most powerful shadows I have are probably the Gigi ones because of how much damage they do. Nice, easy win. Here, I am worried about this Sirius because he has Mars rank. And this Frank might be a problem, and BB's still powerful even though they nerfed her after they made her OP. This is not very good. I think I'm gonna die. Yep. Okay, we have to think here. I think if I can just get a decent number of shadows on their Frank, I might be able to win. Send some Frank shadow maybe. Yeah, okay, send a Frank shadow, distract this enemies. Also, if you're trying to counter a Sirius, never auto aim. Or like auto aim a few times, but before he has shadows, if you're close, but after he has shadows, you will always auto aim onto the shadows and 90% of the time miss your shots. Let me send 3 shadows onto the Sirius. Oh, they're all BB. Nice. I do think, though, that the Sirius might prove a problem if my teammates aren't careful. I am dead here. Unfortunate. I don't think my Trunk is that smart because he's been feeding their Sirius. But I think we still have a chance in this game because we have 9% left on their towers. I don't like how their Frank just keeps tanking and how their Sirius is just hiding in the bush the whole time. Let me just quickly destroy their tower because it'll be a lot easier when I am trying to walk through. Now we'll just get a kill on this Frank because we can play a shadow and we out-level him by quite a lot. BB coming, I think we might also be able to get a kill here. Oh, see, she auto-aimed and she hit one of the shadows instead of me. I would have died otherwise. Send my people onto their tower. I think that is another victory. Nice. We won. I do think, though, that this game might prove a little problematic because Poco is really good in Brawl Arena. The only downside for that Poco is that they don't have a tank that he can support. What is this Miko doing? He has the wrong star power. That's not very helpful for your team, Miko. And that means if I get a shadow of him, it's not very helpful either. Nice. Kill on the Poco. Might get a hit on the Miko. Get a Poco shadow. Get another Poco shadow. Let those do some damage. The worst part about this game is that none of their brawlers do enough damage, so I won't have any way to get damage onto their safe that easily. Poco might be my best bet. Speaking of Poco, let's try to get another shadow here. Their Star is also not playing well because Star should try to stay in the middle instead of staying on the outside, because in the middle you have access to both lanes and I can block off that access. Star's a controller, so just play it like a controller. I think I've been saying Star, but what I really mean is Sirius. The teams aren't playing perfectly. I think if I can get a good enough leveling up here in a little, I might be able to win this though. Let me get a little bit on Malvin. He's wasting his jumps to dodge some of my attacks, but he's just reloads way too slowly. I think my teammates can kill the Poco. I don't know why they didn't kill the Poco a lot earlier though. I'm gonna try to take this tower now. I think my teammates are doing most of the work though. Their Poco is probably the hardest opponent right now, even though he's playing it very badly. Actually, their Sirius might be better. 10,000 health left. We can probably... I don't think I need to attack at all. Here, we destroyed their tower. It's been like a minute, and we've already gotten 50%. Here, we've won. If you like this type of video, please tell me that in the comments section. Also, I have a 921 trophies and a 12-win streak.